Welcome to homework.
Okay, so we're talking about separatory funnels. Let me see if I can draw one. Yeah. And specifically, we're talking about the lid and why it's a good idea to remove that lid after each extraction, right? So at this point, your thing is just kind of sitting on the ring stand, or you got a beaker under there, and yeah, there's a number of good reasons to remove the lid. Dichloromethane leaching grease from joints is not really one of your concerns, right? Consider that you've got likely water, and DCM is heavier, so that's going to be lower, right? More dense, I should say. So dichloromethane isn't in contact with any joints, right? There may be grease on that lid joint, but it's not something you need to worry about after an extraction. Okay. Will liquid pour out? Yeah, so that's an issue. If you don't remove the stopper and you open the stopcock, right, the liquid's not going to come out, or it'll come out, but it'll just kind of trickle out. It's so B, definitely. That's a good answer. Liquid will not pour out, or won't pour out correctly if the lid is still on, because you need air to flow in to replace the liquid. That's just kind of like it's hard to pour from a bottle that only has one opening, right? Because all the pressure builds up, and yeah. So B, definitely, that's a good answer. And C, the lid can fly off on its own. It's not totally a non-concern. It's not a huge concern, right? So after an extraction, like, okay, let's say while you're shaking it up, there's definitely chemicals mixing, chemical reactions are happening, gas is being generated, which is why you need to vent from the stopcock while holding it upside down. And theoretically, if your extraction isn't 100% complete and there's still chemical reactions going on, if you just leave it sitting there with the lid on, yeah, eventually that lid could shoot off. And in fact, I have seen that before. So B and C are both reasonable answers. B is the most reasonable. B is the largest reason you need to remove that lid. But if B isn't sufficient on its own, yeah, C is not a bad reason either.